I was gonna say, have you ever seen a documentary created by John DiMaggio, voice of Bender, and Jake the Dog, and many others? A documentary called I Know That Voice, and it's basically just a documentary about voice actors. Have you seen that?
Nope.
No.
It's interesting, but there's one thing he was showing what some voice actors do where when they're doing the puh sounds and stuff, they literally put a pencil in front of their mouth when they do them sometimes if it's not working properly. But I'm not sure if they still do that to this day. I think that might have been like an old trick. But
What, you mean like chew it?
no, not
No,
chew
I
it.
know what you mean. It's
Literally just
they
like
they
in
place
front
it
of their
against
lips.
don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
Yeah, dude.
vertically. It just stops it from forcing the air out directly into the mic, I guess.
Yeah.
So you don't get that
Oh.
pop. But that's what a pop filter's for, so it's probably what they use now. But I suppose it depends on how you're enunciating it. Should we... do you want to introduce yourselves to the podcast? I'm Jake.
I don't want to do this anymore.
You don't want to introduce yourself? Well,
No,
I'll do
I
it if you
wanna
like.
introduce myself. I don't know who I
The
am
guy-
anymore.
The guy who's being a buzzkill is Harry. And then we've got another person here with us, I think.
My name's Giuseppe.
Hello, Giuseppe. Giuseppe.
My name's I forgot what they're called now. The guy from forget it.
Yeah.
And this is Screen Fiends. How you guys doing today?
I'm pretty good actually. I'm pretty feeling good. High energy.
High on life.
Yeah, high energy.
Like no sleep though. Yeah, high on life.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
pretty.
since like 2:30 in the morning.
Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah. Couldn't go to sleep for shit.
I'm pretty
For
tired,
some reason.
but
You sound tired.
that's because I had a busy day yesterday. Me and the missus went to the RAF museum, Cosford.
Alright.
It's pretty awesome. They got some massive planes there, dude. It's awesome. They got some Nazi planes. They got some English planes.
Big
They got
sauces
some
on them.
American planes. Some of them are absolutely enormous.
Oh.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, like surprisingly big. Like you look at them, and you're like, oh.
Well,
not expected to
it's
be.
hard to miss them. They're right on the tail, and they're
Yeah.
they take it's pretty obvious.
Oh, and I'm not on about the SWAT. I'm just on like the plane size in general.
Oh yeah.
Well, they got to
well,
carry all
there's-
those bombs, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they had like a Cold War section, and they had like replica nuclear warheads and stuff, and they're like massive. They are very big. They had a giant helicopter there used in the Vietnam War. And like the Falklands, I think, as well. Yeah, they had some like classic minis as well, and my personal favourite was this plane called the Fairy, and it's like a supersonic plane. It's really, if you look into it,
The ferry.
Fairy, but it's spelled with a EY, so it's FAIREY.
Oh, I can see it. Wait, has it got? Wait, it's not got a propeller on it, no?
No, I don't think so.
I was going to say supersonic plane with a propeller. That doesn't seem right. A lot. Yeah, okay.
No, well maybe that's an old model. It's I guess it's the Fairy Delta 2.
Is it like really pointy? Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
very
see it.
pointy.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Very
It looks
cool,
like
dude.
the Concorde, kind of. Not the
Yeah,
nose.
except smaller than that. Because Concorde's pretty big.
Oh, hello, mother.
Oh, and guest star today
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
Harry's mother,
Say hi to Dan and Jake.
Giuseppe and Jake.
And Giuseppe, sorry, Giuseppe and Jake.
Yeah.
It's Giuseppe and Jake. Yeah, he's going. Giuseppe.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's Italian. Yeah, he's having a bit of an identity crisis.
Yeah.
Dan. So Giuseppe. Yeah.
Right, well.
Doesn't look Italian, no, Dan.
Get away with it.
No,
Get away with it. You don't think
No,
you
I
can get away with being
agree. I
Italian?
don't think you could. No, I don't think so.
You get a nice moustache, you know, like sort of the thin pencil ones, and like that. Two-piece suit.
Gangster Italian.
Yeah, Dan could be a gangster though.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Gold chain.
Maybe like a mob boss. Not really like a crewman.
Do you like pizza then?
Yeah, I do like pizza.
I mean, Giuseppe.
What's your favorite pizza?
boss.
Hey, boss, I got your pizza here.
Hey boss, me and the goons are gonna go take this man.
Get some pizza.
He's gonna go sleeping with the fishes.
Oh, good one, Dan. That's. I mean, Giuseppe, you really.
Yeah.
you're scaring me.
Yeah. Who's down?
Oh, Giuseppe, what's your favourite pizza?
Anchovies and olives.
Oh my god,
Fucking hell.
this guy just loves to be different.
Okay, we get it. You're cool.
Listen,
We get it. You're different. We get it.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
or
Anchovy and fucking olives. It's not very Italian of you.
Wow.
I like pineapple, anchovies, and olives.
Oh,
Mm.
I like chocolate on my pizza.
Like King Club Penguin.
Yeah, you can get the candy pizzas.
Yeah, Club Penguin pizza.
We could. Rest in peace. I know. I really miss Club Penguin. I'd love to play it again.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes, and you're like, oh.
No. Well, it's not really for me anymore, is it? That's the thing. So,
No.
you know, I'd like to be able to go on it just for a bit, just experience the nostalgia, and then
Yeah, you gotta, like, do that
Play
ski
the-
ride, whatever it is.
play the beanbag game and
fishing.
yeah.
Oh, and the card ninja thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was so good. That was like
that
early
was
Hearthstone.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like
That's when
Magic
like
the Gathering, Penguin the Gathering. Anyway, do you guys have anything you want to share?
My life's boring.
That's lovely.
I really enjoyed the Netherlands. Thanks for asking, guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot you went to that.
Oh, I watched the video.
Oh, you watched my video. Thank
Actually.
you. Thanks.
Yeah, I watched the video. Yeah, the pool.
Yeah.
You never sent me a video, so
I didn't send Harry one either. He's just a loyal subscriber.
Yeah, I fucking saw that.
what on
Clicked it
YouTube?
straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'll watch that at some point later.
It is pool. The titles down are quite hard to read. I will say when they're spinning around
Yeah.
on the screen.
What did you get up to?
Few things. We went to Leiden. That was cool. We went inside a windmill, which was like also a museum. That was pretty cool. We learned about like how windmills work. And
Was it a pump? Was it one of the pumps?
no, it wasn't. Because you got in the Netherlands they have like these polder windmills, which are like used to displace water from one location to another
I
using
think they're really cool.
using an Archimedes screw. And
Yeah.
it wasn't one of them.
Ooh.
But we learned about them anyway.
Yeah, I watched a video on one of those. Really cool.
Yeah, and we also went to The Hague. Because the thing is, we barely went to Amsterdam because we weren't staying there. But we went to other places instead. Like in The Hague, we went to the International Criminal Court, the ICC, and we watched this trial of this guy from the Central African Republic. Who is he's on trial because he was involved in the civil war that's going on there. So this
gosh.
court basically takes like people. It puts like people who've like committed crimes against humanity. Puts them on trial here because their own country doesn't really have like a stable kind of government or
Justice
court
system.
system. Yeah, justice system. So like they have to just take them here instead. And we managed to like
Crikey.
watch a part of a court case, and
That's pretty crazy.
yeah.
Like a public, you just walk in and watch that.
Well, there's like a glass, like a soundproof glass, so you don't just like walk into the room, and you have like headphones so you can listen in on what's going on.
Wow,
But it's live in front of you. It's just through a glass.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
They're capitalizing on
You don't.
people.
They're not capitalizing because it was free. You don't pay to go in.
Well, they're still doing like it's like a tourist attraction sort of thing.
Yeah,
Way.
but like
not,
you don't
it's not like a
pay
big
anything.
deal.
They just do a security check before you go in, and then that's it. And it's like, right, here you go.
That's wild, though. Is
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
And
you say
we-
it was in Hague?
The Hague, yeah, it's a city.
Is that
in
where
Netherlands.
the whiskey's from?
I don't
Hague
know.
Club.
Isn't the
I mean,
Hague Club Scottish though? Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I feel like it
It's,
was
it's
more
from
Scottish,
Scotland.
isn't it?
It's from Scotland. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
And then I also went to on the last day. I went by myself to Rotterdam. I didn't go with my friend David because he wanted to go somewhere else for the day. So I went to this port, which is the largest seaport in Europe. It's Walhaven, and it's the 6th largest seaport in the world. And it's just this massive. You can just see like all these like crates everywhere and all these cranes and ships. It's huge. I thought it was really cool.
Wait, the most eventful thing for me is the egg sandwich I had that I sent. That was pretty fucking good. Thanks for asking. That's my day today. Yeah.
You guys so goddamn delicate.
Cool. Interesting. Deep.
Just really bitter all the time.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. Yeah, my time at the RAF museum was fucking great. Thank you for asking, everyone.
Well, you didn't tell us you went.
We didn't even
like,
fucking
today.
know. Yeah, we didn't even know.
Well, you didn't ask. Jesus.
Oh right, yeah, that's why you say thanks for asking, yeah, because we didn't.
Yeah. It was sarcastic. Yeah, you fucking moron.
Yeah.
But I will mention, it is free. However, the parking is £6.50, so it's not free. But
An hour or just for the whole?
no, for the whole day.
Okay.
And the idea is, it's like, to be fair, like I thought, if you brought your whole family, right? You got a family car, you got you and your missus and 3 kids or whatever, and you pay £6.50 for parking, and that's it for the whole day going around. That's good value. That is, I think even for just me and my girlfriend, that's £3.25 each to go around.
How long did you stay there? Did you stay there for?
Good. Like probably took 2 hours. 2 hours, yeah. It's genuinely really interesting. That's the thing. And
Cheaper than a cinema ticket.
well, exactly, yeah. And you get to see. I don't know, man. There's something about seeing these planes up close. Like, they are a lot bigger than you think. They are enormous. Very cool.
I mean, I've been on a few planes in my life, but
No, but I don't.
compared
I'm not
to a
talking about that. Like,
Boeing plane,
if you look at like a jet fighter or like the old biplanes and stuff like that, they are still very big. Even though they might have like one seat in them for one guy, standing next to one is very. It's very dramatic.
yeah, especially if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I'm not really. I don't know. I was just
Cool,
looking at
looking at
Google Maps, and I was like, "Hey, that looks interesting." And then went on the website, so it was free. I was like, "Let's go."
But that's so spontaneous of you, Jake.
I know. I'm a spontaneous kind of guy.
Why are you on Google Maps just looking at fucking?
I do that now.
What were you
like,
looking for?
Just somewhere to go.
Just looking for
Because it's like
random
basically, my girlfriend like works all the time, so on a Saturday morning is the only day a week we really have like a full day together.
Oh.
So usually on a Friday evening, she'll come round here. We'll have a couple of drinks and whatever, and watch a film. I watched Hereditary. Have you seen that?
Nope.
I highly recommend that if you want a good scary horror, and it's very well directed.
I've seen
It's Ari
that.
Aster is the guy who made Midsummer.
Hereditary is
Yeah.
a very good film.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's one of the best horror films in the last.
Yeah, it's like
Long.
Wait, I've seen that. Is that the one with that fucking? Oh. Wait, is that the one where that meme comes from? Where it's like he goes in the fucking at the end of the film. He goes in the
Spoilers.
treehouse.
Yeah, and they're all naked and beheaded.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know how I felt about that film. I don't know.
Well, I very much enjoyed it. I thought it was.
I felt like half of it could just be skipped.
The thing is,
No,
there's a
you
lot
wouldn't
of
get the impact.
there's a lot of little details that if you watch it again, you might have not have noticed the first time.
Yeah, and I
Like
think
they hide a lot of things in the film. And you're like, oh,
honestly,
shit.
I don't think you could have cut much out either. Honestly,
Yeah.
like, yeah, because like the reason why the ending, well, not the ending in particular, but like the final act is so effective is because it's built all the relationships between these characters up throughout all these scenes, and that's what makes the kind of, when spoilers, Toni Collette's character is possessed, and she's like chasing her son around the house. And like the way that's shot as well, with like her in the rafters of the house, and it's so subtle, and you don't even notice it for a second, and you're like, oh shit, she's there. Then the camera pans away, and she's behind him, and then runs at him, and
There's a naked guy come out of the closet.
yeah, dude. But that's really effective. That when he's stood in the living room, and he just looks in the doorway, and there's that bloke just stood there with his dick out. He's like, and the smile he gives, it's genuinely really quite unsettling, Anyway,
Okay, you guys just like his fucking dick. I understand. You like the naked people? Understandable, honestly.
Um, not really. I liked it for reasons other than his dick, but my point anyway was that the next morning we've got the day off, so I just usually like sit there for like half an hour with a cup of coffee, and just have a look on the internet for places to go to, and then we'll just go. Do you want to get on with our discussion?
Yes.
Oh yes. What do you mean? We continue right now. The Dark Crystal.
We should let Giuseppe bring this one in.
Oh yeah, this was my suggestion.
While you do that,
Giuseppe.
I'm gonna suck on this piece of chocolate. So I'm gonna be silent while I suck on this.
Okay. The Dark Crystal is a film by Jim Henson.
Are you sure?
Okay, I just wanted to remind myself. Okay, yeah, sorry. It's a film by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. It is a dark fantasy film, 1982. It takes place on another alien world in the past. It is about a crystal, and at the start it says this crystal was fractured, which caused this two races to appear, or species, I guess it's more accurate. The Skeksis, who are cruel and kind of ugly looking, and the Mystics, who are all like wise and peaceful. Soon, a new age will come upon them, in which the Skeksis will rule forever, unless our main character Jen, who's a gelfling, who's a little person, fixes the Dark Crystal, and stops this from happening, and repairs this age of cruelty that has come across ever since the Skeksis have come about.
Yeah, that summarises it pretty nicely, I think. So, how do you feel about it, Dan? You can go first because this is your baby.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I'd seen it before, a few years ago, and I really like it. I think it's just visually, it's a very, very good film. I like things that make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
which is why I like things like The Grinch and things like that. I like things like prosthetics and puppets and stuff like that just make me feel like slightly uncomfortable and creeped out. So this is like what I really like about it. And Jim Henson said, because when Jim Henson was making this, he was pretty much just known for the Muppets, and he wanted to make something that wasn't the Muppets. He was actually wanting to make his brand more varied, and he also felt that children just feeling comfortable all the time isn't healthy, and he felt it was healthy for children to occasionally feel scared.
I agree with him, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's
other emotions,
and that's why he made this film. Well, that's not the reason why. I mean, the actual inspiration, but like that's part of what he was going for.
Yeah, well, I did a little bit of research myself and found out, he was inspired by an illustrator for Lewis Carroll books called Leonard Lubin. Leonard Lubin.
An alligator in a bath, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's where a lot of the visual aesthetic comes from.
Yeah.
But he originally put it into practice, like initially, in a like an SNL series called The Land of Gorch. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Well, I watched an episode. It's a comedy, and it's not quite as refined, the style, and the comedy's not also that amazing. But I'm glad that he saw it through into the Dark Crystal, because I really enjoyed the visual aesthetic of this film. I think it's pretty special. I think what's interesting for me is the Skeksis. I mean, this is like a semi-criticism, I think, but like the Skeksis have a lot more character than the Mystics. They're a lot more like diverse in their personalities.
Yeah.
But they're disgusting to look at. Whereas the Mystics are very appealing to look at, but they don't really have a lot to do in the film. They don't really do anything. And
they kind of just hum.
Yeah, they hum and they walk for a really long time. Which I think, honestly, I would like the Mystics to have done more, but...
Well, have you seen the series?
No, I haven't.
Well, that problem that you have kind of does get a little bit fixed, because they give the Mystics a lot more personality in the series, which I like.
That's good, but I wanted it in the film.
Yeah.
Sorry to be harsh, but that's...
I love the Mystic beds. with the elder who's on his bed.
I know. Like when he rests.
I
his head.
didn't click at first at what it was. Then he put his head on there. I was like, oh my god, it looks so comfortable.
Yeah, but in general, I did really like this film. I love the visuals are fantastic. It's masterful, to be honest. The puppetry.
Honestly, like beyond the puppets, I think they did a phenomenal job with like the fauna and just really setting the environment.
Yeah.
A lot of like the shots that just kind of show, just the plants, the creatures around the world and how they interact with each other. It's just really cool to see.
Yeah, I think sometimes like the sets versus the like actual outside shots. Sort of, I almost feel like I wish they'd just kept it all in the sets. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because there's a shot where Jen is like running down a hill, and it's very obviously just like a Scottish hill. And then, but the rest of the movie is in these kind of quite small sets by the looks of it, and I just prefer the sets, honestly, which is kind of funny, because they're so detailed.
Speaking of scenes where Jen is running,
that's the person.
It is a person, yeah. But
I thought
if
that,
it wasn't for that, right, those scenes where he's running, it would be the first ever live action film to not involve a human.
Which is what they were going for, isn't it?
Oh, that scene ruins it. Oh my god.
So
it kind of.
Yeah, but technically they're
nice,
all people in the costumes.
Yeah.
Because I've looked at the making of
you
it,
can't really
and they are.
see them.
Well, you can't see Jen, not necessarily. If he was like,
That's
humanoid.
true. That's true.
It's where you draw the line, I think.
Yeah.
Because you could argue it already is,
Yeah, yeah.
regardless of Jen running. So, it's impressive, by the way. I don't think it needs that, medal to already be just what is visually just masterful. So, what did you think, Harry? In general, you...
I really enjoyed the film. I actually surprisingly enjoyed it less than I thought I would. Not by much. I thought I would really enjoy it, but I mean, it's still a great film for sure. Like, I love the sets and everything. The pacing felt fine.
Yeah.
Maybe like it kind of slowed down a little bit on one part. Actually, no, I don't know. It was good. I like a lot of the characters in it, especially the start when they're staring in the crystal. It really showed, like, it gives a close up from all of the Skeksis. Skepsis. No, I did enjoy the film. I feel like, I don't know.
You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. But there's something. Like, I have a small criticism, but I don't even know, like, what.
I think at
this point,
what I would say is, because I feel the same. Like, I enjoyed it, but I think it kind of suffers with its narrative is a little bit empty or shallow, where I think, I don't know, it is a very much A to B sort of story without a lot of...
Yeah, I think it's a film that puts the visuals first. Yes, and the plot.
It's the Avatar of its time.
Yeah, but better.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked how it at the start of the film, it just kind of told you what the backstory. It told you what was going to happen, and then off he goes.
Yeah, on his
exactly.
quest.
I appreciated how quick it just kind of got off.
Yeah, and you have these moments like where Jen throws the crystal, where I'm just like, there was no point for that at all.
Yeah, I
and like he throws it, and then she goes, "Why did you do that?" And then, "Oh, your arm." And then they fall asleep, and then he just finds it next to them, and it's
it didn't do anything. It meant nothing for the story,
exactly.
Especially when that guy's following him around everywhere.
It just feels like a little bit forced conflict, where I'm like, this narrative isn't that strong.
It's one of the things I like about the series, again, I'll bring it up, is that it has more of a narrative. Good.
So, are the puppets as good? Are they using puppets?
Yeah, I mean, it's different because the series was made in like the late 2010s. Got which year exactly? So like, there's a bit more. It is puppets, but they use it in conjunction with a little bit of CGI. As you would. I mean, you can't. This film's got a little bit of CGI. with like
but they're
lasers
even
and stuff.
obvious when they use
Yeah, it's already obvious. Yeah. With the new one,
yeah.
it's kind of like a little bit less obvious that they're even using it, but like, it's still good because they're using puppets a lot. Anyway, I liked it.
I think puppets and CGI, like when they're used sparingly, the CGI, I think it can still look really good.
Yeah.
Like it can look better than just puppets on its own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can do. I heard that was something that was praised for the the new Predator film, Prey. I still haven't seen it. I've been meaning to for a while, but it's like they made this full like practical Predator head, and then they just CGI just to touch it up, sort of thing, and make the motions feel more fluid and real. And apparently, it looks really good. So I've heard anyway.
I mean, they sort of did that with Avatar. There was one bit. It's like it's like a surfboard sort of thing, and with water like lapping over it. They made that full practical, but I think they might have just used it as a reference piece for CGI.
Yeah, that's what they do a lot. I mean, Avatar is all mocap.
Yeah,
it's pretty much entirely
all
mocap.
CGI.
But mocap's great, I think. Because have you seen?
Cool.
I know I'm getting really off topic here, but God of War Ragnarok. Like, have you seen that Christopher Judge does all the mocap and voice acting for Kratos, and it's just so good. And he does it for all the like motions when you're playing as well, like the climbing and scaling and like all the attacks and stuff. It's really cool. You watch him do it. It's like the guy's very passionate about Kratos. And that's something else with the Dark Crystal that I'll say is you can tell this was an absolute labour of love.
Yeah.
And watching the documentary behind the scenes, it's like I don't think the film does justice just to how much goddamn work went into this.
Yeah, there was going to be originally before the film was released, the Skeksis and the Mystics were going to have their own language.
Yeah.
But they decided to cut that out because I think like when they first did screen tests with people, people just found the film really difficult to follow.
Yeah.
Because it was very strange. But they decided to just make it so that they spoke English.
But I like the pod people have.
Oh, the podlings, yeah.
They have their own language, which is great. I love that.
Their language has written down. Yeah, they've got little bits of like Croatian, Serbian, and Bosnian words, like actual. They've just stolen from their language, and it's actually used. That's the thing. I think there's one sentence where I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's like. I'm not even going to try because I'm just going to embarrass myself. But she basically says, who are you, where are you from, in one of those languages. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I like how she learned that Kira, I think her name is. She's grown up with that language, but then, she speaks fluent English.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But then again, she did grow up with other Gelflings when she was much younger, so that might be why she knows English, but like
complete fluent English.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna fit this in real quick, just to add to the topic of him being, Jim. This is one of Jim Henson's like babies projects. Very very passionate about it. It was shot at Elstree Studios in Boreham Wood near Watford, and in parts of the Scottish Highlands as well as Toycross and Leicestershire. The film was delayed after ITC Entertainment was sold to Robert Holmes Court. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But we'll call him Robert Holmes. And he delayed it because he was sceptical of the film's potential. And after poor reception during test screenings, and it wasn't funded until Jim Henson bought it outright back from him and funded the whole thing with his own money. So, I don't know. It's clear to me that he was desperate to make this film.
Yeah.
How much did it gross?
40. I have got that somewhere.
I think it was quite successful. I think
it was. Yeah. It was. He had a budget of 15 million and it made 40.5 million. So it did make a profit.
Nice.
Yeah. So
15.
And it was nominated. Yeah, I'll say all this now. Why not? It had mixed reception. Vincent Canby calling it watered down J.R.R. Tolkien. But others, such as Kevin Thomas, said, "You are left with the feeling that you have just awakened from a dream." And it was nominated for Best Visual Effects at the BAFTAs in 1983. It won the grand prize at the Avoriaz Fantastic Film Festival and Best Fantasy Film at the Saturn Awards.
Well, it's Speaking of watered down Tolkien, originally Jim Henson was going to make his own adaptation of Lord of the Rings,
No way.
and then I think it probably, I'm not sure if it would have been puppets, but I assume it would have been, being as that's what Jim Henson does, and he decided not to because he thought it was too big of an undertaking.
Yeah, it'd be huge. That would be... Yeah. I think if even Jim Henson was like, I can't do this then. But that's the whole reason why it was left so long until Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Because it's such a massive task. I
Well,
think
I mean,
it was even... The Lord of the Rings was even referred to as, like, impossible to adapt to film for a long
Right.
time.
I mean, there were some attempts at it in the 80s because there was 2 animated films.
Yeah.
They weren't by the same company, and they weren't sequels of each other.
They had an animated Hobbit as well, didn't they? And it was just
Yeah,
one
it's
film. Huh, it's funny that.
Yeah, because I remember that they made just like an animated film, I think, of just the Fellowship.
Yeah.
And they didn't make the other 2. And there was another one that I think was all 3 of them condensed into one, but I'm not I haven't seen either of them, so I'm not really sure.
Did you have something to say then, Harry? Sorry.
Other than... Is that caught up?
Is that like when
That's my favourite
Olga
character.
goes to sit down?
No, it's that one guy. I don't know his name.
No,
but
the Chamberlain.
Chamberlain, yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
Skeksil, his name is.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah. He's great. He's voiced by Simon Pegg in the series.
Oh right. Well, yeah, that fucking ogre. You know the one.
Yeah,
Every time she goes to sit down, she's like,
yeah, she fucking struggles to do.
yeah, but that was really loud.
Her knees are blown out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think her bloody ass was blown out. Anyway.
My house.
Anyway, so we've had a little we had a discussion on that one. So, do you want to maybe run through it, Dan?
Yeah, go scene by scene. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first scene is narrated.
Yeah.
It's basically just saying 1,000 years ago in this world, the crystal was fractured. It was broken a little bit, which caused the species to separate into 2. I think I already mentioned this before. The Skeksis and the Mystics. And the Skeksis ever since have ruled over this world with cruel intent.
Ooh.
And they
Wonder
know
what
that
they've
there
done.
is... Oh, sorry?
Wonder what they did though. What's their? Oh, they killed all the Gelflings, didn't they? Oh, spoiler.
Yeah, they heard that there was a
Yeah.
prophecy that a Gelfling would stop their reign and remove them all. So they, in response to this prophecy, tried to kill all of the Gelflings.
That's pretty brutal.
As you do.
But they missed one, which is Jen. And he was raised by the Mystics. In fact, he was raised by the wisest of all of the Mystics. And in the first scene... I don't know, I'm trying to remember which scene comes first. In one of the first... Yeah, the first scene you've got...
What's him playing his...
Jen playing his flute naked next to a pond.
Well,
That's a
funny.
vibe.
can I just maybe before we get into that, the scene where they're all stood around in the circle in front of the Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
That set is so cool. It just looks amazing.
Yeah.
Carry on.
He goes to his master, the wisest mystic, and the wisest mystic tells him that he needs to go to he needs to find the crystal shard and put it in the crystal to make it so that the Skeksis cannot rule forever, because soon... Sorry, I need to just find out what the event is called.
It's called the Great Conjunction.
Thank you very much. The Great Conjunction, which is when like a bunch of like stars and planets align.
The 3 suns.
3 suns align.
Yeah. It's just like The
And
Witcher.
Then Skeksis will rule forever, and he needs to repair the crystal before then. And then we get a scene with the Skeksis in their castle. We've got the Chamberlain walking around, and the general's walking around. The general's all like, "Oh, I hate your whimpering."
Yeah. Because he keeps going...
Yeah. And then we have all of the Skeksis surrounding the Emperor's bed, and the Emperor's dying.
This shit is fucking terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best effects in this film when he fucking just.
I just
dissolves.
love when he's like,
it.
when he's trying to get the staff, he's like, no!
Yeah.
That sound he makes.
I'm still alive.
Yeah. I'm still Emperor.
Yeah, that's it. God damn
Yeah.
terrifying that is, honestly.
Yeah. And then the Emperor and he crumbles into dust while they're all around his bed.
I think. Do you know how that effect was made? Because it kind of looks like, I didn't look this up, but it kind of looks like they pulled like a string or something going through him, and it all like kind of crumbles on it.
I have
I'm
no
not sure.
idea.
I don't know. It looks so cool. I think it looks so fucking
Yeah.
cool.
I just like how as soon as he like passes away, that Chamberlain's like, it does that thing.
Yeah. And
Finally.
then we switch back to the Mystic again, and the Mystic and also
He gets stabbed.
dies. He fades away, leaving just his cloak behind. And we later find out, I don't know, I mean, you guys probably picked up on this, that the Mystics and the Skeksis each have like a soul bond with each other. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Does it explicitly explain this at all? Because
it does explicitly explain it in the series, but I'm not sure if it like says it. It's just kind of
Well,
implied in the film.
the thing is,
Yeah, you kind of get.
yeah,
this,
I prefer that it's implied and that you kind of discover this as you go along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
so the wisest Mystic is soulbound to the Emperor of the Skeksis, and they both die at the same time.
Yeah.
And
one more gracefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
far more gracefully.
and then we have Jen have to set off on his journey. All of the Mystics are helping him prepare by giving him his bags, but then he doesn't actually have a bag for the rest of the film, which I found was.
I'll say this. Oh yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even think of that, but you are right.
They like teleport his bag to him, but then he doesn't even like wear it.
No. Isn't that? That's for the white.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It is. That's the wisest
That's his
mystic
belongings.
stuff, and they're teleporting it to him in the afterlife.
Oh, okay. I
See,
misunderstood.
and I thought, because I think they said about helping Jen in his quest,
Yeah,
but then he just didn't.
but they do. They
Unless he did subconsciously.
they sing, don't they? And that's what reminds him of the to use the flute when to find the crystal, and then
Oh yeah, okay.
and then obviously as well they do help him because that's what they're doing the whole film technically. But we'll get to that.
Right. Okay.
Also, I'd like to point out just quickly, Jen is voiced by Jim Henson
Yep,
himself,
he is.
so that's interesting.
And so Jim Henson also voices. I think the scientist Skeksis.
Uh,
The
yeah.
guy who.
The guy with all the animals, and he like soul.
Yeah, he sucks their
that
life
Jim Henson
juice.
voices him as well.
he sucks them.
And then the next,
God, what I would pay to be in that chair.
and then the next scene is Jen on a journey. We see this world.
Yeah, we see the Scottish Highlands. This is what I
Yeah.
mean, though. Like, it shows that shot, that like establishing shot across the land, and it's so beautiful because it's designed, and then they just show this. It must be one of the blandest Scottish hills out there. It's
I
covered.
mean, it's a nice. It's a nice landscape. If you were there IRL, it would look.
yeah, of
fucking
course,
amazing,
but it doesn't.
When you've got such a detailed, crafted
Yeah.
set, and then you put
And then
like
you put, like,
that,
this, like, just
I guess
flat
it's to
hill.
show scale, but
And yeah, and it's not just that, but it's like the fact that like it just looks very English. It looks quintessentially like an English hill, you know. It stands
that
out.
bit did kind of took me out of the
Yeah.
film a little bit about the whole
Yeah,
world.
the waterfall
Okay,
was
it's real
good
life, and
when it shows the waterfall.
yeah.
But that hill
Yeah.
is a little bit like, yeah, okay. Anyway, the
Um,
next scene, Dan,
The next scene is
one of my favourites.
the Chamberlain.
yeah.
So bizarre.
Well, everyone's
The stone.
deciding who should be the next emperor.
Yeah,
And the Chamberlain goes, "Time to make my move." He goes to take the staff, and then the general, and then they're like, "No, don't do it, Chamberlain." And then the general, Skek Ung, he challenges him.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Skek Sil, the Chamberlain, who just took the Emperor throne, he decides what the challenge will be. He says, the stone.
Trial by stone.
Trial by stone. And they get out this big stone, and they get out these like get these like podlings to like lift these swords out the floor
with the stone.
Yeah. And then
okay, wait, you've seen this before, so Jake, were you confused?
So confused
for the majority of the scene. Initially, I was like, okay, they're gonna have a fucking sword fight. Why is the stone?
Well, at first,
they're going around.
At first, what I thought it might be was that they had to fight, but they had to stay opposite each other with the stone.
Yeah, same.
That it was going to be this like, oh, okay, so they're going to scrap, but they can only swing with this sword. I don't know. I was just like, I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah.
But then he hits the sword,
and then he walks up.
And it sparks, and then everyone's like, "Oh, that was awesome, dude.
That
no
was
one's
a
gonna
good
beat
hit.
that."
You can't beat that.
Just like what? However,
and then he does a more pathetic hit. And they're like, "Oh, that was a good hit."
What I will say is that what I noticed. This is what I meant when I said that the Skeksis have, they're like the strongest characters in the movie, because this is just a really great character development scene, just to see all the different personalities and puppets and the designs and stuff.
Yeah,
that's why this is why it's one of my favourite scenes, because it's just so bizarre, but also so interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, carry on, Dan.
And then the general goes to make a hit. It's a pretty good hit. Then Chamberlain does it. It's also a fairly good hit, apparently. And then
I think it was less sparks.
Yeah, apparently it was good, according to the Skeksis.
Apparently it was good, yeah.
And the general does a really big hit, and he cuts the stone in half, and they're like, "Oh!"
I know.
The stone is glowing red hot, by the way.
I was thinking, like, how has no one done this before?
Well,
how often do they do this trial by stone? You know,
it looks like they've done it a few times for over 1,000 years, I guess.
And then so the general becomes emperor through that trial, and then the general orders them to take all the Chamberlain's clothes off. And he's just left as just this like weird like creature with these like round nipples and stuff.
It's just physically repulsive, honestly.
I loved it, but it's gross.
So disgusting. It's also like the screaming he does when they're like taking his clothes. I thought they were like going to kill him.
No.
Yeah, same. They don't know. They're just taking his fucking clothes.
And then he just picks them up and walks on.
And then and the general orders him to be banished from the castle.
Yeah, poor Chamberlain. He was,
Speaking, I heard a theory. I don't know how well this holds up, or whether or not Jim Henson actually intended for this, because it doesn't really work very well. But there's a theory that the Skeksis are based off of the 7 deadly sins, which automatically doesn't make sense because there's 9 of them.
Well, in the documentary, he did say that. He said it's based off the 7 deadly sins, and but we used 2 of the sins twice. That's what he says.
Because the Skek Shod, I've got here, treasurer, is greed. Skek Sil, the chamberlain, who tries to take the emperor's throne, is envy, which makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Skek Ayuk, the gorman, I think he's meant to be like the larger one, is gluttony and sloth. Skek Ekt, the ornamentalist, is the lust. Skek Zok, the ritual master, is pride. And Skek Ung, the general, is wrath. And then you have Skek Na, who's like the slave master. And Skek Tek, who's a scientist, apparently don't have a sin that they represent. So
I see. Okay. Well, I think it's...
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a bit loose, because like you have one that represents 2 sins and then 2 that don't represent anything. It's like, well,
Well, it could just be that was the inspiration, but he's just, I don't know, embodied them in to an extent, I guess that is what it has to be.
Yeah, some of them make sense, like the general being Wrath.
Yeah, definitely Wrath.
And Skeksil being Envy. That makes sense. The other ones are a bit less.
Yeah. She literally chops the
evident.
stone in half.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the crystal calls, doesn't it? Dan?
It does, the crystal calls. And it shows them that there's a Gelfling coming, I think, right? That's what
Yep.
it does. Yeah.
It shows them Jen.
Yep.
Yeah. And then they send their little soldiers, who are these like crab people called the Garthim, which I think are really cool, by the way. The way they walk.
are, yeah.
I was about to say, I think they're fucking weird. They waddle like they're taking any shit. Well, like they're holding in a piss really
and the
bad.
sound they make as well is really cool. And then they send them to go find him. And then we go back to Jen.
Well, can I
Who's
just,
on-
can I just put in a bit of information? You may have already read this, but those Garthim suits were so heavy, they weighed 70 pounds.
Oh, yeah, I've heard this. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were so heavy that between scenes, when the people who were like playing the Garthim were waiting for them to set the scene or whatever, they had to hang the suits up on big racks so that the actors could rest. Yeah, it's pretty mad.
When they just like lie down and huddle up,
Well, no, like they literally had
Recess.
these like big wooden racks that they would hook the top of the suit up to, and they would just hang in the suit.
Oh, the actors were just kind of chill there.
Yeah, they were just like resting because otherwise they had to have the whole suit on their back.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
I mean, it does look like it's very laboured walking. Quite.
yeah. I know. But I think that definitely adds to it. I think they.
It doesn't make sense to, because they have a lot of legs, and I thought they would like kind of scurry along, but they don't. They walk like they've got two legs. They lift like a whole 4 legs on each step. It was kind of weird how they walk, but I mean, getting that done in practical was kind of weird, kind of hard to do.
Very hard, I imagine.
Yeah, sure. It looks good regardless.
Yeah, I think it looks
Just
great, to be
that
honest. I think they look really cool, personally.
Yeah.
But
That's beautiful.
okay, Dan.
So yeah, the next scene is Jen walking up this hill, and then these like little plant creatures that like roll away. Which I thought was really cool.
I wish they look cool. I wish we saw them again.
Yeah, and then he doesn't know where he is. He's like, "Oh, this place sure is strange." And then he gets grabbed by some vines and lifted up. And then Aughra, which he's been tasked to find because she has the crystal shard. Shows up, and she holds up her eye with a hand.
Yeah,
To look
which
at him.
she doesn't really need to do because from where she's standing, she could definitely just see him anyway. But
Yeah. She sees him, and she's like, "What do you want?" And,
but she says it a bit more aggressively, and she's pretty grim, man.
yeah,
What do you guys think of Aughra?
She's a funny character.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's got that crazy old like witch vibe.
like I found it's always when she sits down, it's just like it's so pain. Yeah,
Wonder what happened to her other eye.
crikey, do we really want to know?
Yes, I want to fucking know. That's why I asked the goddamn question. Think I'm a fool?
Well, I don't know. Okay, just let's just carry on.
Fucking me, dude.
Yeah, and Aughra's like, "What are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a Gelfling." She's like, "You can't be a Gelfling. They're all dead." And he's like, "Well, I am." He doesn't say that. I'm paraphrasing, but
Yeah, hard paraphrasing.
And then she just like tells the vines to let him go, and then she takes him into her house and shows him this big model of the solar system. And
She's really cool, by the way.
Yeah, it is really cool. And
Incredibly complex.
and she's telling him about the Great Conversion. Conjunction. Sorry, I got that wrong.
Wait, it's okay. Even in the film, they don't even know. They even say like, "Wow, I feel it's cool."
Jen's like the great something or other, and and then she's like telling them that that it's coming soon, because she knows from this model and it's in time with the actual solar system.
It's so elaborate, that with set pieces.
It is.
Like, I want to know how long that took to get together and to get moving. Do you think it's do you think that's to scale? It must be, right? Because the Gotham come in and they're people. So that's huge. That is. I wonder if you can go and see these things in like a museum somewhere.
I hope
You
so.
definitely can.
Because
So,
you know the Aardman.
they get sold off to collectors.
The Yardman what?
You know Aardman, make
Yeah,
Wallace
the
and Gromit,
Wallace-
and
Wallace
Chicken
and
Run,
Gromit,
etc.
Yeah.
Their studios are in Bristol, and you used to be able to go and see all their like sets and like it's like a museum there with all their like things that they made and like all the,
Mm-hmm.
for the films and whatever, and then it burnt down.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I remember because I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about it. I was like, oh, that's how, I was thinking like that's something we could do on a Saturday, and go and see the Chicken Run stuff. And they had like the big bird they build at the end of Chicken Run.
Yeah, the big
Oh,
plane.
no.
Yeah, they had all that there, and the fucking thing burned down. How sad is that?
That is sad. Yeah.
Because I literally would have gone. It's only like an hour and a bit drive to Bristol.
Yeah, it is so fun.
I know.
Chicken Run is so good.
Like I'm literally looking
I'd
to
watch
see if
Chicken
you
Run
can go see Jim Henson's puppets anywhere.
Sure. I mean, it's either in a museum or private collection. No, we're not going to hear of them.
Apparently, you can go see some of them at a place called Mopop, wherever that is. Oh, it's
Mopop.
in Seattle, Washington. Brilliant.
Oh.
Even though it's a
We can-
British fucking production. Carry on.
We can go.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah. Screen Fiends
Quick
special.
trip.
Yeah.
The Screen Fiends go to Washington.
Right.
God. Quick drive.
Yeah, quick try. Jen says he needs a crystal shard, and then Olga's like, "Is that all?" And she
I've got shitloads.
Give a whole fucking
Yeah,
fuck.
and then she just gets a box and just fucking like throws them all on the floor. He's like, "Here you go."
And then she
he's
sits
like-
I don't
down.
know which one it
Then
is.
he says like, "Which one is it?" And she's like, "I don't know."
It's one of them.
And she's like, "But you better hurry up."
Yeah.
He's like sat there like looking at him, go, "How the fuck am I supposed to know which one this is?" And she's like, "Can you hurry up?"
Yeah. Then he finds out that well, no, he thinks about, oh, how can I find out? And then he thinks about the Mystics doing their little song, their voices. They go like, oh, and then he
Which
does
is awesome.
Yeah, I like that. And then he does the same note on his flute, and it makes the right crystal glow.
The middle.
And he's like, oh, it's this one.
So you mean
The correct. No, sorry, not the right one. The middle one, but it's the correct
crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the right. Yeah.
And then he's like, it's this one. And then as he's doing that, the Gotham break through the windows of Arga's house.
Yeah, I know. And then we get some more crazy Gotham action.
Yeah, and they just trash Arga's house.
I know, which is pretty sad.
And there's a scene where Jen gets on the solar system to try and escape. And he manages to... What is he? He runs out the window, doesn't he, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hops on the thing, and then
Yeah.
he just kind of like walks through the pane of glass. It just kind of collapses.
Yeah. And then manages to run away. And then we see... Oh,
Let's
sorry.
just
go on.
say it's pretty funny when you see him running as a person.
Yeah.
It's odd, but it's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it kind of
Yeah,
fits. I don't know.
because whoever's doing the physical performance seems to have this kind of, I don't know, because they're probably always trying to guard their face,
Yeah.
so it's quite comical, but it still works because it's a little bit fantastical. I don't know, it's pretty amusing, in a good way.
Why the god in his face?
Just so because he's probably not wearing any makeup, or he is wearing makeup.
I think
it's
he's
just
got
not-
like a little bit of a mask on. It's not like a
Oh.
full... He's got like a mask that looks like Jen, slightly.
Yeah, but I imagine if it was like, he'd probably told like just don't face the camera, just jump
Yeah.
out the window.
Just roll out the
Yeah.
window.
Yeah. And then as he's running away, we see he looks back to Arga's house in the distance, and it fucking blows up.
Yeah.
And it's like,
he doesn't
"No,
look
Walker."
actually.
Hmm?
Actually,
He does look.
No, the chat teacher.
No,
Wait,
he's
let me
definitely
see.
looking up at the building when it's burning.
No, the dude.
Jen does,
Wait,
yeah.
shit. Jen does, and the dude
No,
does.
Chamberlain watches him run away.
Yeah, and then he looks to the right, and then it shows you the burning building.
Well, considering I've got it up right now,
Considering I also have it up right now.
he looks up at Jen looks up at the burning building, and he's like, "Oh," and then runs away, and that's when we see
Yeah, but
Chamberlain.
he doesn't show the burning building on
does.
his perspective, though. It shows.
Not from his perspective, yeah, but it does.
Oh, he does. Okay. Anyway.
I literally watch it right now.
Shut the fuck up, man. Okay, whatever. It shows it twice. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I love that explosion too.
Green.
Yeah, green screen. So yeah, after Chamberlain sneers at the burning building.
Wait, I forget because this film switches between Skeksis and Jen. I forget which one comes first sometimes. This is the part where he's walking along and then he looks down a hole.
Well, no, we've missed this. We get a brief scene of the. It's only very quick, but we get a brief scene of the Mystics, and we see that they've started walking. They've started walking.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It shows them walking in the camp, and then it shows a massive wide shot of them walking in the middle of a desert somewhere. So it's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just yeah. There you go. So they've started walking somewhere, and now we're back to Jen.
Before we get back to Jen, though, I think even though it doesn't have any characters or anything in it, and it's just, I said this earlier, it's literally just the environment and the fauna and flora. One of my favourite
Yeah,
scenes.
it's brilliant. This is
Just because I love, I don't know, the set design.
It's like that
Yeah.
massive guy
The
that
plants.
like it's like that cave the little creature runs into, and then it shuts
Yeah.
like a mouth, and then all of
Yeah, you
the
follow him.
sort of stuff on the floor like wobbles, and it's really
Yeah.
cool.
It is.
all the plants like retracting into each other. And
Yeah,
stuff. That's just
There's one little
So cool.
part where it's like a bunch of like little ball things on the floor, and they just like expand and like shrink. Or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah. That's when you get the rock creature thing.
Yeah.
Close his mouth.
But yeah, and then Jen comes across this hole. He looks inside. It's like, and then Fizzgig pops his little head out, which is like a little dog creature. It's like a little ball of fluff.
I
And
freaking
like
love
Fizz.
this guy.
Yeah, I love Fizzgig.
Yeah.
I love how
Terrifying.
them
but
two
cute,
two
same
different
time.
puppets for him, haven't they? They've got the one where he's got the tiny mouth, and it's just "Arr, arr, 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 arr." And then when he gets particularly annoyed, it's like a gaping maw with loads
Yeah.
of teeth.
Yeah.
Double like a
Yeah,
double row. Of
yeah,
teeth.
he's got another set of teeth like right at the back of his throat. It's like really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. An interesting thing that I found, because I watched the film and then I watched the series, is that Fizzgig in this film, it seems, is the name of the dog thing. But in the series, we find out that that's actually just the name of the species.
That is actually
They-
what I assumed.
You thought it was just the name of
Oh,
the
is it?
species.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
But that's
okay.
just me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Kind of went. Yeah, I thought it was his name.
because apparently they're just called Fizzgigs.
A bit weird name,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, well, so is bloody Skeksis.
Yeah, Skeksis is cool. Actually, Fizzgig is pretty cool. Anyway, Jen jumps backwards because he's scared by Fizzgig, and he falls in a pool of mud. And then Kira shows up, who's another Gelfling, which is quite a shock to Jen because he thought all the Gelflings were dead.
Yeah, she turns up looking like Obi-Wan, man.
Yeah, and she asks him something, I'm assuming in Podling language, and he doesn't understand. And then she just immediately switches to English.
Fluent English.
And what was it? They touch hands. They
Oh,
in
yeah,
a dream.
that's it.
Memory melds.
What was it called?
that bit
now?
was kind of-
Dream
It's like memory melding, or like dream melding.
I forgot the name of it.
Dream fasting.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
And they basically share each other's memories. They
Yeah.
just see it, creatures.
I love that one where the
Yeah.
she goes into a little cave, and then this massive hand comes out and grabs the other one. I think it's her mom.
Yeah.
It's like ah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, his memories are so peaceful
Yeah.
and nice, and she's like having a fucking horrendous backstory.
Yeah.
Fucking family's dying.
And also, it's like that. I love that
Kinda weird
moment
how
where
they-
he's getting the bath.
Yeah, he's flashing the fucking water. So good. It's kind of weird that bit. I feel like it was kind of just to propel the story on. Really
It was
Yeah, I
kind of
guess-
odd.
for very quick character development.
Yeah.
It kind of just saves them having to talk to each other for a long time.
Yeah, which I think detracts a little bit.
It's kind of cheap. It feels cheap and unexplained because this never happens again.
Yeah.
Why does she know that this is a thing?
Yeah, she's like, we're dream fasting.
She's like,
Neither
yeah,
of us have
we're
ever
dream
done this
fasting, obviously.
before.
Yeah. Because we touched hands.
Yeah, and then after that's done, she helps him get out of the mud by she does a little animal call, and then this big like frog creature just like lifts Jen out of the pool.
Yeah, and Fizzgig does
I
not like
like.
it.
He doesn't like it. No.
The thing is, what I like about this is, as they walk away from this creature, it just lingers on him as he like kind of screams in pain. That's what it sounds like anyway. It sounds like
Well,
he's in a lot of pain.
And then there's he's got a little child.
Yeah, it's like a mother. Isn't it?
Yeah, the mother with a
really? I
little
didn't
child.
see that.
Weird slug.
A
kids.
little kid pops up next to her.
And then it shows it cuts straight to the Sketsy's having a meal, and I think it's one of those slug creatures
Oh, really?
because it looks like identical. Like if you see it, like it cuts from the little babies to then like a baby that's been cooked.
Oh, I see.
Then they're like, "Oh, my favorite."
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's why
Yeah,
the mother's.
Just seen that.
I forgot what they're called. Oh,
Ah.
he says like
Well, I've no idea, but they look. It looks like they're really enjoying it. Ah, Dan's doing the research here. Tippy tappy.
listen, I need to find out now what it's called. Because like they're like when they're on their thing, it's like, oh, roast. There's such and such my favorite.
Hold on. I've got it. Silence. Roast snap brain.
Snap
is it?
brain.
I don't think it's. Is it Snot Brain?
Oh, wait. No, roast snap brain or something like that. Snap brain.
I've got to
Something like
check
that.
this out.
Yeah.
38, 10. You'll find it.
I know. Well, I'm there. It's just I don't want to turn the sound on.
Well,
Okay, I trust you.
okay.
Roast snap brain, whatever.
Oh, my favorite. I want the ribs.
Yeah.
I love the cutlery on their fingers. I love how
Yeah.
they've got like they're like what do you know the things for sewing? You put the little on your thumb. What are they
Thimble.
called? Thimbles. Yeah, they're like thimbles but cutlery.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Just they're that lazy, man. That's the thing. He's like picking his teeth.
No, okay.
Neb
I want to I want to have a
It's-
set of and use it for myself.
Nebri.
When you're busting out in a restaurant.
Nebry.
It's not. It's not.
Nebri,
It's not
my
Snot Brain.
arse.
It's Nebri.
Roast nebri. It did not say
I've got the
nebri.
subtitles up. That's what it says.
Snap brain.
Listen to it.
Yeah, it says Nebri. Roast Nebri.
No, it. I'm going back.
Yeah, to be fair, I've just looked up Nebry.
Wait, he does say nebri.
on Dark. Yeah.
Oh! Shut up, wait, I can hear it saying nebri now. How am I?
Snap brain.
Okay, in my defense, okay, no, I can still. I think.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm mixing the roast, the end of
Yeah,
roast,
I think so.
and then it's going into
Roast
nebri. Because
nebri.
I heard nebri when I was looking at the subtitles. I heard nebri very clearly, but then when I like close my eyes, I still hear like snebri or snap brain or something. It's fucking whatever, dude. Okay, shut up. Carry on.
And then, so the Garthrim, they bring Jen in a bag, don't they? They've got Jen, they've got the Gelfling in a bag, and then
No.
They open the bag and it's not a gelfling.
It's the old
Yes,
woman.
they bring they're all having dinner, which is kind of a gross scene in itself.
Yeah.
They just
They make it. They try to make it as gross as they
yeah,
can.
they bring Augra, and she's like, "Of course, I'm not a gelfling."
Do you see how ugly I am? Oh, and she does that sit down thing again.
Yeah,
Also,
she
I
does.
just want to point out she's got hard nipples the whole movie. I don't know if you noticed that. I
No,
just thought I'd
you're looking
point
at
that out.
nips.
Yep.
You're looking at nips.
Yeah, man. Anyway, she
Oh, the
tells
nips,
them that the gelfling's still out there, I guess, or they figure that out by proxy, and they send out their bats to go and find them, doesn't she? Don't they?
Crystal bats.
Yeah. Although I can't remember ever seeing those bats again. So remind me.
You see, she's on a boat and she slingshots him. One of the bats.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You are right. It's literally the next scene.
Yeah. You also see it when he's climbing the hill at the start, and I didn't fully catch on to how they saw him, but then they kind of explain it by showing you the crystal bat
Yeah.
hanging from the tree.
I love how they're sat on the boat, and then the fizz gig is just like sat looking over the side. It looks so cute, man. So cute.
Yeah. Everybody's rolling around later on as well.
Yeah.
She's a lot.
Best character in the movie.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. And then Kira brings Jen to see her family. There's this little society of
mistake.
podlings.
Yeah, and the podlings, man.
They look like they're having a great time. I'd love to be a
The
podling.
music.
I know, it's great, isn't it? It's genuinely great.
God.
This is
Yeah.
also one of the best scenes, I think. The music is great. The pod people are great. Did you know Jim Henson said they based them they wanted them to represent like as if they'd come from the earth. And so they were
right.
literally designed
They
based on
do
potatoes.
look like potatoes.
Yeah, they were based on potatoes.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah. And I think
The little kazoo thing, oh my god. I don't know what it is, but fuck me, it's so
Oh,
good.
and then there's one that does a dance.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, fucking hell. Jeez.
but seriously though,
She's fucking throwing shapes.
potato shapes. I friggin' love these pod people. These are better than any like just normal Star Wars creature, you know.
I was thinking, they kind of remind me of the Star Wars like in the bar,
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
like Mos Eisley Cantina, but it's just
but way better.
they're just cuter. I think it suits the fantasy vibe so well, and I like how small everything looks like it's in the Hobbit sort of like a Hobbit house. You know, it's underground, and it's just great. It's just really
Jimmy
good.
gets fucking butchered.
Yeah, this is where Jim Henson is like his strongest, I think, with this kind of thing. All the Muppets dancing and like just the visual humor. It's great.
Yeah, it just really makes it feel alive.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Like it's like it's a regular thing they do.
yeah.
Like kicking the little thing up with his legs.
Yeah, it's just great at those little bits, like the one where the one pod like pours the drink, and it goes into the barrel, and then the other pod's in the barrel, and he sticks his head up, and he's like, "What the hell?" And it's like, yeah, and all the ones in the background. It's just so, yeah, like you say, it's it's very alive.
Like there's literally like they'll put like a rat in the background, like on a shelf that's blurry and you can barely see it,
Yeah,
but it's just there. It's so fucking.
and it's
cool.
doing it's got its whole own thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really well thought out.
it's brilliant. Yeah.
I'm never gonna look at potato the same way again.
But I want to say, on top of, we were talking about the music, the
Yes.
score for this film, the sort of, well, what do you think of it? What do you think of the whole like orchestral theme?
I mean, I like it.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the music.
I think
Yeah,
I
it's
think
really
it's pretty
good.
strong. I think it's
Yeah,
it's pretty.
really, really fitting.
Yeah. Interestingly, it was composed by Trevor Jones, and he originally wanted to make the soundtrack more unusual by using a lot of like acoustic instruments and with like more sort of incidental, kind of drummy bongo sort of stuff. But it was later scrapped.
Much sort of like tribal.
Yeah, kind of, and a bit more like. You ever played like Abe's Odyssey? Or do you know anything about that?
Yeah.
I've seen you play it.
Like, obviously I can't say that that's really what it would be like, but from how it's described or how he wanted to do it, that's the kind of vibe I get. And but it was later scrapped in favour of an orchestral score performed by the London Symphony Orchestra. So I think it could have gone either way. I would have liked it either way, honestly. But the orchestral score, yeah, I think the orchestral score works really well for the setting and the themes. Okay,
So while all the podlings are partying, the Garthim come in. They break through the walls, and they start kidnapping the podlings and put them in cages. Jen and Kira manage to escape, and Jen is like, "Oh, I wish I'd never heard of this crystal shard," and he throws it away. And Kira's like, "No." And Kira says, "Don't you understand? The Garthim have always come. It's not your fault." Because we later find out that it's implied that the Skeksis occasionally, before this crystal shard business, have
stolen them.
Yeah, they steal them and make them into slaves, and they steal their assets.
I didn't click this at the start of the film, but when they're all staring in the crystal, there's cloaked figures at the top, and I saw those, and I was like, who the hell are they? But you later realise they're like these potatoes slaves.
Yeah. Also, you should mention that Chamberlain is the one that sort of saves them. The Garthim guy was going to go after them.
Yeah.
Chamberlain stops.
Yeah, he stops them from getting.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out that we obviously already mentioned this, but why did he throw the fucking crystal away?
Because it's like, he thinks that it's his fault that the Garthim came.
Regardless,
regardless,
it now is your fault that you threw this away. But it's okay because miraculously it just appears next to them when they wake up in the morning. But we won't talk about that anymore.
He doesn't even pick it up. Like Kira's like, here's the crystal, and he's like, okay.
Well, this is why I was kind of hoping that it was going to take a twist, and Jen was going to be basically useless, and it was Kira was going to be like the chosen one or whatever. I think that would have been a cool twist, but
yeah. So the Chamberlain stops the Garthim from attacking, and then he doesn't follow them further, and then the Jen and Kira sleep. They sleep somewhere, and then they wake up, and then Jen finds the crystal, and then Kira. Oh no! They notice there's a ruin, an ancient Gelfling ruin, and Kira's like, "Oh, we don't go in there. Bad things happen when people go in these ruins." And then they try to go in anyway, and then as they're walking through, the Chamberlain follows them, and he says like, "Oh, I'm your friend. I stopped the Garthim from attacking you. Please
follow me."
You should point out as well that this is where they see the prophecy, isn't it?
Yes, on the wall, written engraved into the ruins.
Yeah, written as in words that stay.
Yeah, that's quite a nice touch. I like that. But they don't trust the Chamberlain, rightfully. And they manage to escape.
He seems to be sort of like entranced.
Yeah.
By his pathetic begging.
It's that, really but it's like when they run away. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I keep like overriding you. Don't know, Harry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm bored.
What were you gonna say? Go on.
That's literally it. Honestly.
Oh, I just feel bad.
It's like a weird. It's just never explained. Like he's almost like hypnotizing him, but it just. Doesn't...
the reason why he's trying to do that is because, I mean, from what I guessed was that he's trying to get them to trust him, and then he brings them back to the Skeksis castle, so they'll accept him back into their castle again if he just gives them the Gelfling.
Which he, spoiler, successfully does.
Yeah,
but not this time
with Kira.
No, not this time. Yeah.
But it's what I again like obviously with the whole dark tone thing. When they run away and he's like screaming after them, please. It's genuinely unsettling, and I hate it.
Yeah. He starts to like. His voice strained a little bit.
Yeah, it becomes like unhinged, and I'm just like, I don't like him. He scares me.
Yeah,
but that's the point, isn't it? So, you like him.
I like. He's just weird. He's like, I wish he'd after that scene when he got a bit like his voice strained a bit. I thought he was gonna change his strategy but he kind of just did the same thing again next time and just is begging.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh well. They're not that smart, I guess, or he's not that smart.
No, he's just good at moaning.
Yeah. Good at
Yeah, kind of.
whimpering.
Uh, okay, well, next scene.
Yes, please.
Real quick. Fuck the Landstriders when the little whiz whatever has a little strop.
What, Fizzgig?
Well, yeah, when he has a little strop, when she's like, "No, don't follow us.
Yeah, and he's
no,
like,
you can't come." And he's like, "Ah!" And he's like,
His mouth fucking unhinges.
his mouth. Oh yeah, and he's screaming, and he's got his little fucking paws, like he's. Oh my god.
I think, yeah,
It's
that
like a little
was very
strop.
funny. Yeah.
That's funny.
And she's like, "Oh, okay, you can come." I really like the land striders, by the way. I think
They're
really
very cool. Yeah. I did notice this. Do you guys remember Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought that same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, is that literally where they're from?
No, because Landstriders are a thing among. I don't know where they originated, but I've seen them in multiple things.
I think the thing is with this film is that a lot of the puppets were actually reused in other things. Like the Skeksis were reused in another sci-fi series with like an alien. I forget which series. Hang on.
Oh, okay. I might just quickly look that up. If you want
Yeah,
to
so it might just be that those Landstriders were just reused later on in something else.
Oh no!
Oh, it does- yeah,
it's
they're
more.
not.
It's not like the model. It's more of the concept of a Landstrider.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because like the ones in Mad Max, they're different.
Yeah, they're very different. I just looked
It's
at
still
it.
sort of like
They were used in Farscape, out of their minds. They were Halosians.
Ah. I might just quickly Farscape. Oh yeah. Hey, they look pretty. They definitely changed them up a little bit, didn't they? Have you seen the picture?
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah. They definitely altered them a little bit. Anyway, so what happens next, Dan? Do you wanna fucking hurry up?
Oh,
I'll run.
We get this very, very sad scene, don't we?
yes.
In top 10 saddest anime deaths.
Oh, you mean the fucking slave scene?
Yeah, the little ginger
life
pod
essence,
person.
yeah.
Oh, and he has his soul drained from him.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Oh yeah.
Top 10 saddest anime deaths. It's
When he die,
well,
he's a life essence sucked away. He's not dead.
that sound. If someone sucked my life essence away, you'd think I might be dead, right?
Well, no, because then you're a little husk, a little slave.
Little
thing.
pod husk.
Yeah.
I know, but that's not really living, is it? He's never gonna.
No,
he's never
still-
gonna party again. He's never gonna throw shapes.
Later on.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He's never gonna throw shapes again.
That is okay. Now you say that. That is the saddest anime death.
And the one
Yeah,
that
exactly.
the one that pulls the lever as well to let the crystal in is sort of like a little podling slave as well.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, and it's when you watch it as well. It is sad, but it's also kind of comical when you see it.
Yeah.
He's like staring into the light.
The crystal light.
So
Being sucked away.
rip Ginger Pod.
Yeah.
Rip
and then
Giuseppe Pod.
we also have the scene after that where the scientist gives the general, who's the emperor now, some of the life essence as like a youth serum, and it makes him young for about a minute, but then it wears off, and we find out that that it works better if you use Gelfling life essence instead of
Ooh,
Podling.
the irony.
Yeah.
The cruel irony.
Yes.
Why is it ironic?
Because they killed all the Gelfling.
Oh.
Or at least they thought they did, and now they also
might have
can't
used,
live.
but that was a long time ago. They might have used up all their essence.
No, but knowing that they, they
Why didn't they? That's just inefficient. Why would they not suck everyone's life essence and then kill them? Or have
because
Gelfling
they're
slaves?
afraid that their reign's going to come to an end.
Not gonna suck the life essence first though.
Yeah, but they didn't think.
Hey,
they
look.
didn't think
Okay,
about
you know
that.
what? They didn't think this. Okay, no, they're a bit desperate. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
It's my. I'm trying to min max their slaughter. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's-
Okay, so then the Landstriders, they've made their way to the to the dark castle.
Yeah, and they see the Gotham carrying all these podlings into the castle, and Kira decides that she wants to save them all, and they basically use these land striders as like bait. That is a great image, Harry. I'm gonna get 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay, just for other people listening, Harry sent me a picture.
That needs to be a thumbnail.
Yeah. Okay, we'll make it the thumbnail so you can see it.
It made me, I don't know. It's made me laugh. Carry on.
So the land striders go into the Gotham. The Gotham basically just kill the land striders, but Kira and Jen manage to free the podlings from their cages, and then they jump down a cliff, like this chasm, in between the castle and the rest of the land, to escape the Gotham. And she has wings.
There's some wings out.
And then Jen's like, "How come I haven't got wings?" And she's like, Jen's like, "I haven't got any wings." And she's like, "Of course you haven't. You're a boy."
Yeah. Oh, that makes total sense.
Yeah, of course.
No, but it does. I know it's fantasy. I'm only being silly.
And then they go into the Skeksis' lair, basically, from the underground. And the Chamberlain is kind of just waiting for him.
Yeah. This guy knows how to teleport, evidently.
It's really fast, mate.
Yeah.
He's kind of just following the turtle things there, and
Turtles.
What are the
Gotham.
beetles? What they called? Gotham. I have to fucking say them. They got they got shells.
That,
okay?
your dark crystal ball.
Yeah, this guy.
No,
But how does
snap
how
brains.
how does the Chamberlain get down?
Shut the fuck up. His wings.
But does he have wings?
I don't. I don't know. He just climbed.
He whines down.
Fucking
Yeah.
Like,
Just
None of
jumped,
these at
mate.
the bottom.
Like an athlete.
Does a backflip.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's a Jedi. He just fucking
He gets in
backflips.
front of them as well. He must know the cave.
Yeah. And then he's waiting for them, and then he tries to like grab Kira, and he does. He does grab her. He takes her away, and Jen gets knocked out, as well as Fizzgig, by some rubble that falls on him.
Yeah, which should kill him, I think.
Yeah.
You kind of skip past the bit where he stabs him with a crystal, and it shows you.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Jen
You're getting-
stabs
yeah.
the Chamberlain with a crystal, and then the mystic that's soulbound to the Chamberlain also has a cut on his hand from where he stabbed, the same place where he stabs him.
And this is kind of where we learn that they are connected in some way. And and also you see them again. They're still walking. They're on their journey. They're going somewhere, but they don't.
Okay.
I like how they don't tell you where they're
It does
going.
tell you. It does.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Before they go off, it says to the castle or something.
yeah.
like that.
Oh, really?
They have
Oh.
to, because they have to go to the crystal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of sad though. I would because from my experience when I was watching it, I obviously didn't catch that bit. So for the whole movie, I didn't know they were going there. So when they arrived and I see them going up to it, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is getting interesting. What are they going to do?" And then, so I don't know. Maybe that's not really a criticism. That's just me just not paying attention.
Skeksis' home is just being invaded by these mystics.
If it feels like they were just using Jen as a distraction, because they kind of just walk in and go home.
Well, no, 'cause
and then the guys and attack
The
them.
mystics weren't trying to disrupt the Great Conjunction. They were just going
they
along
know
with
that
it.
they need it.
Yeah, they have to be there. It's like it's just part of life for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna
Um.
go. I guess they were just following the prophecy.
Yeah, I have got something to say about that when they inevitably get there. But obviously, we need to inevitably get there, so let's carry on.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so Kira is brought to the chairs to try and suck out her life essence. And they suck out a little, like a drop. And but then Augra's there in a cage. And she says, Kira, you have the gift of speaking to animals. Call these animals to freedom. And she does.
She's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And she,
Animals just easily break out the cage.
Yeah, that's it as well. Like the animals didn't like think
listen,
to do that
animals
before.
are stupid. They don't do that. They need guidance.
I see.
Wiggle the cage.
Listen, they don't do that.
Like, okay. Yeah, true. Animals are stupid. All animals, I guess.
And then she manages to escape and get out. Oh no! Before this, I just want to say the funny thing is the Chamberlain has Kira, and he's like bringing her to the Skeksis, and the Skeksis are terrified of her. They're like, "Oh, a gelfling!"
Yeah,
It's so hideous.
running away. Like one of them screaming at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, and then the Ritual Master is like, we are sworn to kill the gelfling, and then the Emperor's like, no, suck out her essence and then kill her, and that's what they do.
Yeah,
And that's where we get the scene. And then after that whole essence thing, and then she's escaped, we get Jen waking up. I think. Let me just check that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was,
pretty
with
much.
the-
Oh yeah,
Well,
the scientist
he kind
dies.
of wakes
the
up
scientist.
before then, doesn't he? Because he's like, "Hold on, Jen," when she's
Yeah.
getting her soul sucked.
Yeah, he does.
yeah, he just. I love that bit as well when he falls in the
Yeah.
in the pit,
Yeah, the
and then it
scientist.
just cuts to the other scene, and he just fucking vanishes.
Yeah,
in
it just
fire.
fades.
Yeah, and they look over at him, and they're like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and just carry on. Don't even say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, whoops.
Oh, where'd he go?
I think they
Oh, well.
probably know, don't they? They probably know. Oh, Jen's doing something. Jen's doing some crazy shit.
Yeah. And then Jen gets attacked by Gotham while trying to make his way up. And you get the scene where like he's in a cave and then you just see all these eyes in the darkness. And the Gotham just like walk towards him, which I quite like. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he manages to escape by going up that same like fiery tunnel that the scientist just fell down.
Yeah. Which is like, oof, ballsy.
And then he finds Augur. And she says, what'd she say?
I don't know. You're the movie man.
Fucking
Sorry,
no time.
I am just looking at the film while explaining.
Yeah, me too.
No time. Yeah, so that's what
I
I'm
know, but it's
doing.
helpful. It's helpful.
Yeah. So then he
Well, I do it every time just so I can. Yeah, you go on, Karen.
Yeah, so Jen makes his way up to the main room where the crystal is floating, and he sees it, and he can see all these Skeksis about, and then he can see Kira as well, is also there on another like balcony, and he sees all these Skeksis. They're in a circle around the crystal.
But before this, I'd like to say the Mystics have made it, and they go to
Yeah.
the entrance of the tower, and
Yes.
the Garthim let them in.
Yeah, they just sing a little song, and the
Yeah.
Gotham are like, "Oh yeah, come on in."
It's not even a song. They just hum and they're
Yeah.
like,
But
"Okay."
it's again
bad.
reaffirming that like they are connected and they're essentially the same creature, the same essence which controls them basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also skip past Dan, probably the most important scene of the I forget his name again. What's his name? The little fucking dog thing.
Oh, Fizzgig.
Fizzgig. He rolls along the floor like a
Like a little ball.
like a tumbleweed.
Yeah. And then anyway, yeah, so Jen is there and they notice him. They notice Jen. Oh sorry, they noticed Kira or Jen first, I actually can't remember. They noticed one of them, but then I think they
Isn't it? This Kira, no?
I would say
anyway
It's not really important.
Jen looks through the ceiling and there's a little hole, a triangle in the ceiling that's showing the suns lining up.
yeah, and you can see the suns, the conjunction
Yeah.
is coming. It's all culminating in this one final moment. Everything's got to
I
be
think
right.
okay, they see Kira first, sorry, they don't actually see Jen at first. And then they're like, she'll destroy us, we need to kill her, and she's like trying to escape them, I guess, and then is stabbed. What? No.
After throwing the crystal.
Yeah, bro.
directly.
You're-
sorry, no.
you're missing
Jen
some
jumps.
bits.
Jen jumps on the crystal. Sorry, yeah, I am missing some bits. Jen jumps on the crystal with the crystal shard in his hand, and then the Skeksis holds Kira with like a knife point and says, "If if you don't, if you do that, we'll kill Kira."
Yeah.
And Kira's like, "Just do it, Jen." And then Jen decides not to.
Fucking
He
pressing
wants to
on.
save Kira, but then they stab her anyway. And then he's just like, no, and then he screams and he puts the crystal shard into the crystal.
Well, hang on, we missed something important as well.
Oh.
Because he jumps on the crystal and he drops the crystal on the floor.
He does,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, and then one of the Skeksis goes over to pick up the crystal, and Fizzgig bites his arm. And he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, oh, fucking hell, and yeets Fizzgig into the pit of fire, and he's gone. And saw that. Yeah. And that's when
Yeah.
Kira jumps down to get the crystal, and she launches it at Jen. And Jen's like, no, and then she gets stabbed. Top 10 saddest anime deaths. 3 of them are in this. You got the pod person, you got Fizzgig, and Kira. All die. It's all sad.
Yeah, and then the whole fucking castle. Oh, and then the Mystics are just kind of chilling there, waiting.
Yeah.
The Skeksis, they don't even, like, do anything to stop them. They're just freaking out.
Yeah.
It's like, no! These mystics
No!
just walking slowly.
Mystics just walking in. Yeah, just look red castle.
They probably,
Very
to be
like
fair though, it's probably too late. They probably know that. You know,
Yeah.
as soon as the conjunction started, it's like this is a celestial event that they cannot stop, and the crystal is in.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop. I
Yeah,
also think
and
there's
Oh,
something. I just wanted to say, you know how like the mystics, they kind of walk in, don't they, and they all stand. They're facing outward, and I find this is. I thought this was like an interesting bit of symbolism, where it's like when the Skeksis are like getting their power from the crystal, they're all facing it, and the power's going into them, showing that they're like the power is for them, and they're greedy and they will not share it with the world. But when the mystics come and the power transmit out of them into the world,
yeah, they have their back to the crystal.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
transmitting the power outward rather than into themselves. And I thought that was a
Yeah.
nice touch.
That's
But
cool.
they're kind of like looking at their soul-bound counterpart sort of thing,
Yeah,
pulling them in. It's kind of cool bit.
yeah, I
And
like
then
that.
They merge.
Yeah.
They merge
This-
into one, and I really like the design of these these things that they turn into.
They were scary looking. To be fair.
Do you?
I love it. Yeah, I think it
'Cause-
looks really cool.
Okay, it reminds me of something. I can't put my finger on it. What they remind me of, but it looks like it looks like something that's been like shocked by like a mains fucking power station, or something. Like in a weird like, horror film. They look they're on something, but I don't know if it's a controversial opinion or not. I think this is probably the weakest part of the film, visually at least. Like by far.
What the Skeks? That's what they're called. The combined.
Well, both them. The castle is now just like a crystal,
Yeah, it's kind of
and
like
it kind of makes everything look weird
You
with the
can
rest of the puppets.
you can see the green screen a little bit more in this scene.
I don't think it was green screen. I think that's going to
No,
be
there's a
like ray traced.
if you look, there's a part where Jen is holding Kira and he's walking
Oh, you
towards
can see,
them.
like, the
You can
green.
see
Oh,
the
it's
little
definitely
bit of like
green
the
screen,
outline. Yeah, just this scene. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you ever seen the old Superman films?
No, I've seen. I know what you mean, but I haven't actually seen the film.
I think it's what's it called? His base, he's like HQ. It's called the like, Palace of Solitude or something like that. It's like a big crystal palace, and it looks like sort of like this. Also, it might be worth mentioning that Fizzgig has been saved. Ogra finds him
Oh, yeah.
hanging in the bottom
Yeah.
and saves him.
Yeah,
Poke him with a stick.
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. So, and also then, yeah. Do you want to finish this off, Dan? Go on.
Well, first of all, hold on. You like the design of them?
Yeah,
What about why?
I don't know why that's such a. I think they look really weird and cool.
Cool. You said cool. You said they look really fucking cool. What?
They look really strange.
Okay, you know what?
I like it. I like they look really otherworldly. I like that a lot.
I don't know what they
They look
remind me
like
of. I cannot
aliens.
pin what they remind me of. It's like a crazy scientist. Carry on.
They kind of
Yeah.
remind me of the
I think they look pretty cool. I'll say that.
the Protoss from StarCraft.
Protoss.
Go on then. I have no
little-
idea what Protoss look like.
A little bit, not by much. In fact, they don't really.
Well, okay, you're
Yeah, you're
fucking
way
right.
off,
I can sort of see the resemblance.
They're
maybe,
like
sort of.
tall aliens with 2 eyes.
They remind me of, the fucking aliens, in Phantom Menace, Star Wars Phantom Menace, on the Trade Federation's ship.
Right.
Type that in. Aliens, Phantom Menace, Trade Federation. If you can be asked. Look at them guys.
Wait, what was that?
I'll send you a
Menace. I've got. Ooh.
Oh yeah, and yeah, they do a little bit without the hats.
That's what I think they look like. Either way, personally, I think they look pretty cool, but the sort of, like you say, Harry, the effects here are like quite low res. It's like when you see Ogre and Fizzgeek on the sort of balcony above them, it looks really like low quality. Lower quality than anything else has looked in the film.
Yeah, it's because like the rest of the film, they don't need to use green screen. All the sets are like they're very consistently themed and whatnot. And this is just like crystal against like really, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't know, the puppets. They're really detailed puppets. It's like a white background.
Okay.
Kind of so weird.
So how does the film end then, Dan?
They
Quite a happy ending.
these beings bring Kira back to life, which is nice.
Predictable.
And you see the this place, the area around the castle. Instead of it being a desert, it's now a lush grassland with trees.
Yeah, the land has been restored.
River. It looks very nice, and the castle's like a crystal. It's like made of crystal now. It's not like a brick thing anymore.
It's white crystal. It's not dark crystal.
The white crystal.
What does that represent, huh?
Let's. Anyway,
Where the white?
I did want to say, how Jim Henson said, I think children should be exposed to whatever feeling uncomfortable. Does that not mean like he should have doubled down on like Kira dying, or at least someone dying?
I get what you mean.
The only thing I would say, like, I understand why he didn't do that, is because essentially that means that Jen then really is the last Gelfling, and their race is going to die. He's all alone,
because literally everyone he's known is now either dead or they've turned into something completely new.
You can't bring a whole race back with 2 people. Sorry, Christianity, but like that's not how it works.
You can make a good start though.
Yeah, but
you still have a family.
Yeah, you have a family.
Yeah, then what do your children
you want to get it any
do?
further? It's just incest. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, bro, kind of fucked up.
Well,
have you seen that one? There's one really inbred family in America.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They are.
It's scary, dude. Don't they like talk in like clicks and shit? They're like,
that's racist. No,
they're messed up, dude. They are messed up.
Yeah, I wonder what goes on in their heads though, because like visually they're very fucked up and they can't really speak properly. But
probably just a lot of sexual attraction for their brothers and sisters, I guess.
Well, true. It's a southern way.
Okay, so the film has ended.
Yeah, roll credits.
Roll goddamn credits.
That's it. And now,
wow.
The Skeksis and Mystics are one.
They're now called the Urskeks, and they fly up into the sky, and the land is restored.
And the credits roll.
Yep.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Also, just interesting note: the Urskeks are voiced by the guy who narrates the beginning of the film.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, nice little touch.
Okay.
Oh my god, they were alive the whole time he was narrating it.
Yeah. That was their consciousness. The collective consciousness narrating the world.
Yeah.
Weird.
Right. That is the whole film.
That is the whole film. So, seeing as it was your recommendation, Dan, do you want to give it your rating first? Or would you like one of us to go first?
I already know what I'm going to rate it. But
I know what I'm going to rate it.
You guys go first.
Go on, Jay,
we'll go with Harry then, shall we?
Oh, fucking bitch. Okay, fine. Okay. I'd give it something like ooh, I mean, it's not a 5 for me. Maybe like a 4.5. I give it 4.5. I did enjoy it. The sets are amazing. There's a few bits that felt a bit off to me. The pacing was pretty good, but Yeah, 4.5. 4.5. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I would probably give it
I
a.
do 4.
I was going to say 3.5.
3.5. Ah, come
Yeah.
on. Really?
But no, listen.
Okay, yeah.
Listen. 3.5 sounds. 3.5 sounds brutal, but put it like this, right? 3.5. 7 out of 10. That doesn't
Okay.
sound nearly as brutal, does it?
No, that's not bad.
But they're the same rating, and this is the thing, because I really like it. I love the visuals. I love the puppets. They're absolutely immaculate. They're beautifully designed.
I can't like
you know,
cloud my score too much.
Outside of that, I am looking for more actual character. So the Mystics I want more from. So I probably will watch the show, to be honest, but the Mystics I want more from. I think Jen was a pretty weak character, honestly. I wanted more from him. Kira was a better character than Jen. That's really all that falls apart for me.
I mean, that's a really fair rating, though. Especially when you put it in perspective out of 10. It's a fair rating, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's still
exactly.
7 out of 10.
Yeah,
I mean, like 4.5 is a 9. That's pretty fucking.
it is. Yeah, it's pretty high.
It's like near perfect.
Yeah. Fuck, I did.
See, I loved it, and I think as far as like within the realm of cinema, right, where so much, especially in the last 2 decades, there's been so much uninspired reproductions of garbage, fucking just remakes, reboots, whatever. It's so great to see passionate people putting together an original film. Just everyone gave a shit,
Yeah,
everyone
it's
gave a
nice
shit.
to see like passionate films like classics like that, and like Terminator 2 or like Evil Dead 2 or not.
Yeah,
series.
exactly.
Like seeing those old films.
Yeah,
It's
but then it's like
refreshing.
when you see they're making another Terminator movie and all that. I saw today a trailer for a new Alien movie came out, which I haven't watched. But it's like they in the picture in the thumbnail of the trailer they show the alien, and I'm like, you just missed the point again of what made the original Alien scary, is that you barely see it and it's always in the shadows, and it's that's what makes it scary. But no, we have to be like, this is what you want to come see. You want to come see the alien, even though Alien Covenant did that and it sucked. So yeah, sorry, little rant there. 3.5. I did love it. It's just not yeah.
I think I need to like sort of look at how I rate films, because I feel like I'm in my mind I'm sort of I'm kind of rating too high.
Yeah, I've been through the same thing. I think you have to just sort of like, I don't know, understand what are your absolute favourite films of all time, and then how does it scale down from there.
I suppose
I know,
not comparing
but
it directly, but you kind of
you
have to have some reference, don't you?
The only reason I say that is because when you've got something that is your absolute favourite movie of all time, you can use that as a reference to what do you like about it, and what kind of thing. So like, is the script really solid? Are the effects good? Is the acting good? Are the characters well written? All that kind of thing.
I mean, that's kind of why I like the idea of having like a rating system for different aspects, but then it just gets really convoluted.
And the idea is as well, a 7 out of 10 is not a bad rating. That's a good film. That's a very good film.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll move on anyway, because I'm sure Dan's itching to tell us what he thinks.
I would also give it a 4.5.
Ah,
Solid 9, okay.
great. Do you want to summarise that, Dan, for us?
Yeah, I think visually it's a 5, right, for me. But but the plot and the characters in this, apart from the Skeksis, are a little bit lacking. But other than that, I think I love the feel of it. I love the music. I love everything about it. It's just apart from the plot.
Yeah, the
I
environment.
mean, the plot isn't.
I mean, those potato people had more going forward than the fucking Mystics.
Yeah. That's the thing as well, because, like, sorry to completely do it again, but it's like Jen was supposed to be Jim Henson's, like, projection into the world for the people to relate to, and yet somehow comes across as the most shallow, underdeveloped character. It's just kind of sad. It just, yeah. I want to. Okay, carry on. Sorry, I'm really sorry.
No, that was it.
Okay,
I'd
great.
say watch the series.
Yeah, I will. I think I will now.
Unfortunately, it got cancelled because it was too expensive to make.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And-
not
and
if you're doing
wasn't
those.
popular enough.
Yeah, if you're doing those puppets, man, like
It's-
doing a TV show is going to be.
It's not just that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's the fact that it had a massive all-star cast of voice actors.
Oh wow. Okay.
I will give you some names.
Yeah,
you
go
want.
for it. Go for it. Yeah.
Right. Taron Egerton. You know who that is, right?
I'll know when I look at his face, probably.
Kingsman.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver.
Oh my god, dude.
Mark Hamill.
Okay.
Anya Taylor-Joy. Aquafina. Keegan-Michael Key. Simon Pegg. Helena Bonham Carter.
You serious? It's like blown the whole fucking budget.
Toby Jones. Natalie Dormer. I'm pretty sure she's been in quite a few things.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Andy Samberg.
Oh, I don't
Bill
like
Hader.
Oh, I like Bill Hader.
Yeah. No, I like Andy Samberg's character in the series. It's really nice. Really good. He's funny. Speaking
Wow.
of Andy Samberg, sorry, I just wanted to go on a tangent. Have you guys seen Palm Springs?
No.
No.
It's really good. You should watch it.
Palm Springs.
It's a rom-com,
Ugh, blech.
I just
but
can't.
it's like really good.
I can't. I really don't like Andy Samberg, but I'm not going to go into why because just, I keep doing that. I keep putting people on blast. Just it used to go easy. Stop being so mean.
No, that's
Um,
fine. Oh, him. I'm
Oh.
so bad with names. Fucking bad, holy shit.
the series also has Lena Headey as well, who was Cersei in Game of Thrones,
Oh yeah, she's great. She is.
and another Game of Thrones actress, Natalie Emmanuel, who was
Oh yeah, I know.
Daenerys Targaryen's friend, who's like a translator.
Yeah, what was her name now in the show? Miss Ande. That's it.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, the Dark Crystal TV series has a lot of extremely famous people voice acting in it, and
Well, that's why it got
probably what
cancelled
they
then.
spent all their money on.
No shit. Yeah. Okay. Well, Jesus. Sigourney Weaver alone is like
Yeah, it's like
that's a
holy shit.
massive
Okay.
cost.
I mean, not all of these were in like every episode. Some of them are just in like one episode or two. But like,
Even then, that's like
yeah, it's still a lot.
it's a lot of money.
Like Mark Hamill, Taron Egerton, Annie Taylor-Joy, and that they're in every episode because they're main characters. But like, it's big, and Simon Pegg as well. He's a big actor. To be fair.
Yeah, I love Simon Pegg. Right then, are we done with that discussion?
Yes.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's probably be our longest one yet, right?
Yeah. We sound like the start.
Yeah,
Talking. So good off.
it's good though. It's good though. I've had fun. Nice.
Yes. I like
So I'm going to recommend my film now.
Okay.
So as I said in the last episode, the way I'm doing it is recommended a film I hadn't seen before, and now I'm going to recommend one I have seen. I also wanted to just choose one that I think is, it's my Velociraptor, it's my Velocipasta, it's my Dark Crystal. It's a film. It's pretty recent. Came out 3 years ago. It's one of my all-time favorite films ever since I saw it. Do you have any guesses what it might be, just out of curiosity?
No, not at all.
Dan?
I have no idea.
So
Right.
my
Okay.
pick my pick
Go on.
for next episode is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I want to enjoy this one. I already know. I feel like I already know what I'm going to end up being annoyed about.
Being annoyed
No.
about?
No, okay, no, I'm not going to.
No, go on. I'm curious.
The stupid fucking Marvel stuff they always do.
What,
the-
like what?
Oh, I don't know. This fucking the comedy in it. Is the comedy bad?
No, it's not.
No, the comedy's really funny.
It's very well written. It's pretty. It sets itself apart from Marvel pretty heavily.
It's also not a MCU film.
It's not MCU, no.
It's Sony.
Okay.
Do you know the one?
Okay.
Do you know the one I'm talking about, the animated one? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Which I, for some reason, haven't seen because it looks fucking awesome. But I didn't. see
Yeah,
it.
it's great.
I already know what rating I'm going to give it.
So you've seen it
I
before?
think I'm the
haven't
only
you?
one who hasn't seen it.
I've seen it before. I've seen the extended edition where they've got all the concept art in. But like, have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
There's like an extended edition where they have like scenes that were cut from the final, but like the scenes are just like black and white because they didn't finish animating it.
Oh well, interesting.
That's the only one I've seen. I haven't actually seen the normal one.
Oh really? I'd watch the normal one then, I guess. So yeah, we'll save that discussion for next week anyway.
Okay.
Well, not next week. Well, yeah. We don't have any questions either because the video, our current video, had just uploaded literally 10 minutes ago. So, you got any questions for me or for Dan or for Harry? Either of you?
Please don't. I don't like answering questions.
What is your favorite color?
Kira, would you?
Yes.
We don't know how old she is, but I'm assuming she's.
Oh
an
my
adult.
god, why would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, and they have a scene where they're naked. So, well, not Akira, but
Well,
you know, Jen.
there's also a
Jen.
scene where Jen is naked, but he's like a baby in a bath. So,
Oh, true. You don't see anything because he's in the water.
Let's leave it there.
Do you
do you reckon they
just
actually
hit this-
made like a puppet cock and they just? covered it?
God, yeah, let's leave it there. It's 2 hours.
What do you reckon they just didn't bother making one?
Okay.
Okay, wait. What's the old woman's name? Odger.
Augur.
Oh, okay. If she made you a pie, would you eat it? You went to her house.
Whopped
and she whopped you a fucking pie. You don't know it's a pie. It smells. It's like a because you know it's an environment that you have never been in. It's
Does it smell good?
Well, it smells like pastry, but it's got that. It's kind of got like a tangy smell to it. You can't
I
quite put
literally
your
want to.
finger
Can
on
we?
it. Would
I
you
would
taste
feel
it?
rude not tasting it. If she made me a pie,
Yeah,
I'm not just going to be like, no, I'm not trying it. That's
Well,
rude.
she walks up to the table and goes, which as she sits down and then hands you
Yeah.
the pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does she say? What if I ask her
She
like
just
what's
said,
in it? She's
"Go
just
on.
like,
Go on, eat it. Doesn't matter.
Hurry up!
Hurry up. It's gonna go cold.
Okay. No, I'm not eating the pie.
Fucking bitch, pussy.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. And I've been Jake.
And I'm Harry. That was an ending. I should have said that at the end.
and I've been Giuseppe.
Goodbye, everyone.
And
Goodbye.
we'll be back
Bye.
next week maybe.
No, you won't.
He won't. He's still
Oh.
trapped. He's still trapped in my
Yeah,
basement.
he's in
Love
he's in
to-
your basement, is he?
Yes, he's
I thought he was in mine.
Okay,
I
I'm
stole
stopping
him.
recording
I
now.
stole
Bye.
him.
You stole him. Okay.
I stole it from you.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway.
Wait, Dan, don't stop. Jake stopped. We can just carry on. We can carry on the podcast.
Oh yeah, Jake stopped recording. Yeah.
We can just carry on.
Yeah.
We
What
can
film
just
do you want to do?
Hey,
Do you want to
guys.
just do another film?
Yeah, this is the Harry and
What?
Giuseppe podcast now.
Let's review Over the Hedge.
Oh, there's let's do that one.
Right. So,
So, so fuck up, Jake. You're not
so
part
in the
of
first scene of Over the Hedge, we've got RJ trying to get some food out of a vending machine.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
struggling,
yeah.
and he's got this
Struggling.
little crocodile.
He's
stick
starving.
thing.
Yeah,
And
that's a 5 for me.
yeah, I'd 5, 6 out of 5.
6 out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been the podcast.
Yeah.
Bye,
See you,
guys.
everyone. Bye.
It's been Harry and Giuseppe. Okay, bye.